Currently, the U.S. has 94 licensed nuclear reactors operating across 28 states, which provide about 20% of the nation's electricity. But with the surging demand to power AI data centers, these nuclear plants will require an increased amount of uranium to bring the reactors to life. Enter uranium miner and nuclear reactor developer Eagle Energy Metals. The company is looking to go public via SPAC or reverse merger by the end of this year. It'll trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol NUCL. And we thought, well, let's hear more about this. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive, Eagle Energy Metals CEO Mark Mukhija. All right, Mark, you claim that Eagle Energy Metals, and this is where it really is important, that it'll be the first domestic uranium resource exploration firm. So not only would you dig for uranium, but you would also be making these small nuclear reactors. How do you achieve that, and when can you achieve it?
Hi, Liz. Pleasure to be here, first of all. And yes, we have the rights to the largest mineable, measured and indicated uranium resource in the United States. And we're not just a uranium company, we also have proprietary SMR technology as well.
Okay, what is that proprietary technology? Not that I'm asking you to reveal your secret sauce, but how proprietary? We have a lot of different companies doing SMRs, which are small modular reactors.
Correct. So it's a highly portable, walkaway safe, liquid metal cooled fast reactor that can be factory assembled, sealed, and then delivered to site. And our design can provide up to 3 megawatts electric, which for reference, 1 megawatt powers 1,000 homes.
You know, we
also have...
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and we also have a larger design that can power up to 33 megawatts electric. So that can handle more of the data center demand that we're going to be seeing.
You know, we're looking at this SMR reactor, and listen, if people didn't have physics class or nuclear physics class, they might not know what they're seeing. But the way you've just described it, it feels like you could ramp up pretty quickly because the very element that's needed to power them is uranium, and you will, as you say, have the rights to about 50 million pounds of uranium in the United States. Where are you doing this? This is out near the West Coast, correct?
Correct. It's in southeastern Oregon in Malheur County. And you mentioned on the hop about the United States having 94 reactors. Well, we consume 50 million pounds of uranium per year. But last year, the United States only produced 677,000 pounds. So near almost 1% of what we need. So bringing projects such as ours online is just so important for national security and energy independence and keeping these reactors going, both the traditional reactors and the upcoming SMRs.
It's so interesting because everybody talked a year ago about the AI arms race. Everybody was ramping up the data centers, and then they realized, oh, wait, doesn't work without energy. And now there seems to be this nuclear power plant arms race in a way. So how is it that you feel that you're going to, I guess, quickly and maybe easily or maybe not be able to mine the uranium that you know is there, considering there are all sorts of environmental regulations that have to be approved when it comes to mining anything, copper, you name it. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah, correct. And it's so important to do things the right way. So the next step for us is obviously to do our baseline environmental and cultural studies and then into the permitting process. But we're seeing an unprecedented amount of administrative tailwinds, such as the executive order that came out in March regarding boosting domestic mineral production. And then you had the executive orders in May that came up around nuclear energy, which, you know, they do. We do need a lot more uranium. One of the orders did talk about quadrupling the United States nuclear power from 100 gigawatts today to 400 by 2050. So you can tell that we're going to need a lot of uranium, and getting these projects permitted and operational is just going to be of the utmost importance.
Let's talk about the uranium prices. I mean, they've been volatile due to geopolitical developments all over the world, certainly. But as we see it, it's trading around, I would say, $73 a pound. What is the earliest date you can start drilling for that uranium?
Yeah, so our project benefits that it has been drilled out extensively already. We've had over 600 holes, so we're quite confident about the resource being there and where it is. When it comes to production, we're aiming for a 2032 timeline right now, and that factors in, you know, doing the requisite studies, the detailed engineering, plant construction. But there is an opportunity for that timeline to be accelerated with the administrative tailwinds that we're seeing. It could be funding that could come in from places like the DOE or the Loan Program Office. So there is that acceleration potential. And we also do want to do additional drilling on our property to find more uranium. So right now we know of the...
I was just going to say, you're in Canada. A lot of uranium comes, 95% of what we use here in the United States is coming from elsewhere, whether it's Canada or Kazakhstan. We know that the world's uranium production is bigger than what's happening here in the U.S. What advantage do you see the administration giving to somebody like you?
Yes, I may be based in Canada, but we're an American company with an American resource. And, given the graphic that you have up right now on the global production, the United States gets half their uranium from Canada and Australia, but the other half is coming from Kazakhstan, Russia, and Uzbekistan. And one thing that we're seeing right now, Liz, is that China's doing this massive nuclear build out as well. And they don't produce much uranium. So a lot of that uranium that's coming from geopolitical unfriendly places, let's say, may begin to start flowing east rather than west. And I'm very proud that Eagle Energy is going to be a part of that Western response.
Your deal with Spring Valley Acquisition Corp to pull off this SPAC merger gives you a pro forma equity value of about $312 million. What makes you think that you can go up against the big boys? I mean, we've already had BWX Technologies on the show. They're forging ahead with what they are doing. There's Cameco, there's Constellation. There are other players that are much bigger market caps.
For sure. And, Spring Valley is such a great partner for us. They've been, a part of this process with NuScale in the past. So they bring that deep energy and nuclear experience, which will help us navigate, this go public process. And along with that partnership with Spring Valley, we did have $30 million of institutional investor coming on board for us. So that means that we can focus on execution. We have very defined plans on what we want to do with the uranium and SMR technology, and that allows us to focus on that rather than, trying to be raising money in this time period.
Well, we'll be watching for the reverse merger on the NASDAQ sometime later this year. Mark Mukhija, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. Thanks for having me.